Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are going to be talking about one of the president's most important jobs, and that is managing bureaucracy. So bureaucracy's technical definition is system of non-elected officials that work to implement rules and policies. And basically what this means is that the president has a lot to do every day, and there are a lot of problems to be solved and laws to be enforced throughout the country in many different areas. So there are currently 15 departments under the president, and each department is led by a secretary. That is with the exception of the Department of Justice, and that person is called the Attorney General. So for each department, that person would be called the secretary of whatever their department might be. So like the Department of State, the secretary is the Secretary of State. Except for the Department of Justice. And I would definitely note that in your notes, put a little star there. Know that the Department of Justice leader is called the Attorney General. That will be a question on your test, so make sure that you know that. Each department handles specific problems. Here are four departments. So you have the United States Department of Agriculture. You can see there's a plow and crops in the background on their seal. They deal with problems of how to produce enough agriculture to feed the country, to make sure that farmers have enough money to survive, because if farmers fail, then we all starve. You've got the Department of Commerce, who handle things like trade laws, tariffs, building highways, flight regulations, things like that, especially flights that will be carrying goods rather than people. The Department of Education, as you can see, is a tree, supposed to be the seed of knowledge that has sprouted. You've got the Department of Defense. As you can see here, there's an eagle. The eagle has some arrows in its talons, representing that it is ready to fight. For more departments, you have the Department of Energy. If you can see the electric bolt, oil well, a sun representing solar power. You have wind power represented. The Department of Health and Human Services, they take care of America's needs. They do things like offer health visits for doctors for free. They provide different medicines and vaccinations for free or low cost. You've got the Department of Housing and Urban Development, also known as HUD. They help people get low-income housing. Sometimes that housing could be free, if not drastically reduced. You have the Department of Homeland Security. I would note that the Department of Homeland Security was created after September 11th, and their main job is to prevent terrorism. Moving over, you have the Department of the Interior, which was created March 3rd, 1849. It was created during a time that America was in a phase of manifest destiny, meaning that Americans were moving across the continent and started occupying the lands in the Midwest all the way to California. Moving over, you have the Department of Justice. The Department of Justice is in charge of America's legal issues. This is the department which is led by the Attorney General, not a secretary. So they handle any of America's legal problems or legal issues. The Department of State, which is led by the Secretary of State and handles America's foreign affairs. You can see here it is an eagle again, who has arrows in one foot and olive branch in the other, one representing war, one representing peace. Being that the Department of State represents foreign policy, it just shows that America has two different ways it can handle other countries, and it is prepared to do both. Then you got the Department of Labor. The Department of Labor is responsible for making sure that working conditions are fair, workers are being paid fairly, and things of that nature. Then the last three, you got the Department of Transportation, responsible for helping create roads, make sure that train tracks are laid and maintained, make sure that there are laws for airplanes, and so on and so forth. You've got the Department of the Treasury, which is responsible for keeping America's money. It's essentially America's bank. They pay other countries, they borrow from other countries. Yeah. Then you have the Department of Veterans Affairs, which is responsible for taking care of veterans after they come home. They help do things like get veterans medical care. They help get veterans housing. They do a lot. So that is the Department of Veterans Affairs. Understand that agencies are embedded into the departments, like you have the Federal Bureau of Investigation, which is embedded into the Department of Justice. The Department of Justice is responsible for legal action. The Federal Bureau of Investigation is responsible for enforcing laws, catching criminals, so on and so forth. Then you got the DEA, the Drug Enforcement Agency. If you break any laws concerning drugs, they will be the people knocking on your door. You can see you have a serviceman here with an M16 and a fair amount of illegal narcotics that have been seized. You got the CIA, which is responsible for gathering information. The National Guard, which is it's a division of the Department of Defense. It's kind of like the military, but it's within each state rather than the entire country. Then you got the Better Business Bureau. They ensure that fair business practices are occurring. You can report businesses that are unfairly practicing to the BBB, and the BBB will give them a grade, and you can look them up to see how businesses are doing and whether or not they are trustworthy or not. The CIS is the Citizenship and Immigration Services. They are responsible for keeping track of immigrants, making sure that immigrants are legal, who comes in, who goes out, things like that. You have FEMA, which is the Federal Emergency Management Agency. They show up if there's a natural disaster with things like food and clean water, and they just generally try to help as best as can. They can have emergency rescue missions in conjunction with the National Guard, but typically they're there to offer support after natural disasters. You have ATF, which is alcohol, tobacco, and firearms. That's pretty straightforward. They regulate the sale, manufacture, and use of alcohol, tobacco, and firearms. Then you have the IRS, which is the Internal Revenue Service, and they are responsible for collecting taxes. That is all for today. Please let me know if you have any questions. I'd be more than happy to answer them. I hope you're all doing well, and I hope to see you soon.